Work is progressing on getting ready to pour the new concrete pad, and there are a lot of inspections that go along with it as well. After the piece of land was surveyed to determine exactly where the building is going to go, including the setbacks and things like that, we have to locate the elevation. The elevation is the height of the floor, which has to match the height of the floor in the garage in our existing house. So that was all leveled out and shot with a laser, and they determined that 27.00 is the elevation of the floor that we're going to use. The City of Northport requires us to have an inspection to determine that the elevation is correct. Once the correct elevation is determined, next it's time to put in place the form boards. They're going to shape the concrete pad, and they have to be set into a recess and then held in place with pins, and they also have to be inspected to make sure that they are in the correct place. That's called a location survey. The dimensions of the pad are 30 feet wide by 50 feet long, so they use a mason line to keep everything perfectly straight and level. Once that inspection is concluded, next it's time to dig the footer. The specs for the blueprint say the footer has to be 12 by 12, so they have to dig that out, and then that's going to get inspected as well. The engineered drawing requires that in the 12 by 12 footer we have to have 2 lengths of number 5 rebar that are tied together. Digging out the footer to the specifications requires a fair amount of shoveling by hand to make sure everything is squared up, and usually they wait until the day before the inspection so they don't risk having the sides cave in a little bit if we have rain or somebody walks on it or something. This is what the dug out footer is going to look like, and we're going to be doing what's called a monolithic pour, meaning everything is poured at once, so the footer is part of the slab as well. It's kind of standard. Another part of the inspection is having the ground sprayed for wood-destroying insects, which didn't make too much sense to me since it is a concrete pad with a metal building, but anyway, it's what they needed. So it was sprayed and covered with plastic, and now they're putting in the rebar, and it sits on little chairs to keep it embedded in the center of the concrete. They're also adding something called a Ufer ground, which is a way of grounding buildings in sandy, dry soil, named after Mr. Ufer that invented it during World War II when they stored bombs in buildings out in the desert. Incidentally, this morning it was 36 degrees in Southwest Florida, so yes, it does actually get cold here. I don't know if I forgot to mention, I also had to do a compaction test to make sure that the soil compacts enough to support the concrete. That's another part of the inspection. The concrete guys are checking everything one final time to make sure none of the boards got disturbed and moved a little bit to ensure that the pad is going to be perfectly level. They're very thorough and precise, and they're actually doing a really good job. Once they set up the laser on a tripod to a predetermined level, they can just walk around with a pole and set it on top of the boards to confirm the elevation. Here they're hammering in a series of markers at regular intervals throughout the pad that they will use to check the level of the concrete as it's being poured. Once they have all the markers in place, they'll go from side to side on top of the form board with a tightly pulled mason line and make marks on the poles, and they call them wet marks, so they can make sure that they don't have any high or low spots as the pad's being poured. This process is repeated on the left and right side as well as the front and the back, just to ensure that the pad is nice and level. That's pretty much it. Now we're just waiting on the inspector to show up, and once the inspector passes everything, concrete gets poured tomorrow.